What's up guys, TechTime here, and I am back again with a brand new video. So before I begin this video, as always, I want to thank you all so much for watching this one. If you enjoy my content, make sure you leave a thumbs up. Also make sure you're subscribed to the channel. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with today's video. So in today's video, we're going to be reviewing the cameras on the Motorola Moto G Fast. So let's go ahead and get started. And we're going to start by talking about the specs of the camera. So the Moto G Fast has three cameras. You have your main camera and you have also two secondary cameras. So you have ultra wide as well as a macro lens. So starting with the main camera. So the main camera, the specs are the following. So you have a 16 megapixel sensor with a f1.7 aperture, and the ultra wide angle has an 8 megapixel sensor with a f2.2, and your macro lens has a 2 megapixel at f2.2. So the front facing camera now is a hole punch camera with also a 8 megapixel sensor and a f2.2 aperture. So let's actually talk about the camera interface and how easy it is to actually take pictures. So the interface itself is actually simplistic. It's what you expect from a Motorola phone. And you have your different aspect ratios. So it's pretty much point and shoot. And it takes pictures at a fast rate, and you can easily switch between regular sensor and your wide angle. So on the right hand side, you do have a couple of toggles. So you have things such as your HDR, your flash, your timer, and you have also your settings toggle. And in the settings, you also have a lot of options. So you have your camera control from photo size to video size, both for the rear and the selfie camera. You have your capture settings where you can have like different shutter sound, your assistive grid, leveler. Again, a lot of options to choose, a lot of things to do within the camera app, which is nice to see on a sub $200 phone. Now, let's actually cover up what you all are here for, which is picture quality. So we're going to start with this first picture here. So it's extremely beautiful outside. I mean, we're in the fall, so it's really picture taking season for me. And so in this first picture, I want to test out the bokeh effect. So it doesn't claim any portrait mode or anything like that. However, in this particular picture, it does a pretty good job in focus on keeping the background out of focus and keeping the foreground in focus. So it's decent. However, the main problem that I run in within this camera is the actual colors of the picture. And so in this first picture, the colors seem to me a little bit washed. Not a little bit, actually quite a bit washed. And that's, again, to be expected. I don't want to really be too harsh on this camera. I kind of expect these results from a budget smartphone. And so, however, it's not that it's a bad picture or anything like that. It's definitely a usable picture, and I will tell you why in the next couple of pictures that I'm going to be showing you. So you can actually the colors, like I said, they're washed. However, if you want to post this on social media, I think it's fine. So in the next picture, again, this time I just want to take strictly pictures of the leaves. I want to see if the bokeh effect is the one that's adding the washed colors. Turns out it's not. That's just how the camera likes to roll. That's just how it likes to perform. The green are not that green, the yellow are not that yellow. So it does need a little bit more vibrance, a little bit more saturation, just to make it pop a little bit more. So in the next picture, I decided to take a picture of the falling leaves and the grass to test out if it's just the yellows and the greens. So the whites are also washed, the browns are also washed. So again, that's just the theme of this camera. However, it's an okay picture to post on social media. Now next up, I want to test out the dynamic range, which it is cloudy. And you can see that this camera does have some poor dynamic range. If you look at the pole on the left hand side of the picture, you can see that it's dark, it's not really in focus, it doesn't have a lot of light into it. However, switching to the wide angle, surprisingly, it was actually a little bit better than the standard lens. So you can actually get a little bit of the shadows of the pole back, you can get some greens. The picture here looks a little bit more vibrant. So in this next picture, I also want to test out the color of the leaves as well as the dynamic range and the shadows on the tree. It's okay, it's better, still, however, is washed. So this one turns out that I took the same picture twice, and with HDR, you get more color, you get more of the dynamic range. So really the tip that I can give here is turn on your HDR as much as you can. Okay, so in this next picture, I thought this was a cool picture to take. The colors again, they're washed. This camera really needs some more vibrant colors to make it just accelerate and make it pop. And so in this next picture, I switched to the wide angle lens as you can see, there's a lot of dark kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but there's just these black kind of shadows around the picture that just make it not look so good. And what I ended up doing is actually taking the picture, putting it in Lightroom, and I edited it myself. And turns out when you do that, the picture comes out just 10 times better, as you guys can see. So I did also do a test of the macro lens, and so the macro lens on here is just meh. It's a nice effect. However, you do lose some quality of the picture. So this is the picture before the macro lens, and this is after the macro lens. I mean, it doesn't really add a lot to me. And so as far as the selfie camera goes, the same story just goes on and on. The colors are washed, the whites are just not as vibrant, the colors, the black, the green, this camera just needs more vibrant, just needs to add a little bit more color to its pictures for it to be great. So I did also do a video test, which I will be playing for you right now. Hey, what's up guys, TechTitan here, and this is a test of the video capability of the Motorola Moto G Fast. So as you can see, the 1080p video looks a little bit upscaled 720p, which is okay, but let's see how fast it focuses. Okay, so quick at focusing. And so you can't really switch between the regular mode and the wide angle mode. So the video test, the conclusion on that is the following. It takes some okay video. The microphone definitely impressed me. The microphone was actually nicer than I expected, or more than I actually anticipated, so that's a thumbs up. And it focuses pretty quick, so when I put my hand out and took it down, it really focused fast. So that's something that I want to give Motorola props to on this budget phone. However, quality wise, it's okay. It's nothing to really impress you or anything like that. So in my conclusion, what do I think of this camera? This camera is in good lighting conditions. It's nice. However, the colors are going to be washed. So if you have a little bit patience like me, you can just take the pictures, go to Lightroom, add a little bit more color on your own, increase the saturation, increase the vibrance, and you should be fine. However, I really feel like for most people, that's not what they're really going to do. Most people are looking to just grab their phone, snap, shoot, move on. For those people, this camera will get the job done. However, just keep your expectations at a minimum if you don't want to do the extra work and just edit your pictures. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I'm publishing more and more videos in a higher rate than what I used to. So that's something that I take pride for. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave a thumbs up, and I will definitely catch you guys in the next video really soon. Thank you all so much for watching.